Hi everyone, my name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium, and I react to video game music. It's been a while, or at least it feels that way. I think this is the longest I've gone without making a video, which is kind of weird because it's not even that long. But for me, it's like a lifetime. I've been going through some stuff, and it's all good. And I've also been kind of no-lifing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I just completed yesterday. Yeah, so, but speaking of Final Fantasy, this is Final Fantasy VI, the return of Final Fantasy VI, one of the least FF series of songs I have on this channel. And this is a big one. This is a gigantic video. This song, or this is called the opera, in parentheses, Maria and Draco. And it's going to consist of 4 songs plus the Distant Worlds version, so 5 total. And this is requested by Marco, by the way. This is going to consist of Overture, Aria di Mezzo Carrari, don't know what that means. It's Italian, I'm guessing. Wedding Waltz Duel, and the grand finale, and then the Distant Worlds version, Nobuo Matsu. Okay, well, I'm going to just treat them all as one giant song, these 4 songs. So the request was for the Distant Worlds version, but I'm going to decide to check out the originals. So that's it. I don't know why I'm nervous. It feels like I haven't done this in years, but I've been listening to nothing but 7 for like the past 3 weeks, so it's going to be a nice change of pace to hear something right before it. So Final Fantasy VI from the Square Enix Music channel, starting with Overture. Got a long one ahead. Oh, there's an actual orchestra. This game seems to be kind of big on these like big movements, classical movements, right? Dancing Mad is literally a classical movement. All right. It's the overture, so it is definitely the intro. Hear from a lot of people this is their favorite game in the series. Looks like a real picture in the background. You know what's really cool about that scene is that's what Distant Worlds looks like. The orchestra and then like footage in the background. Maybe that's where they got the idea. Chocobos. My thought going into this video is, if I recognize any distant Dancing Mad motifs. I think that was one of them. I wonder how he did that. I don't know much about opera and how it works. But I'm guessing this is more like opera meets Nobuo Matsu. One thing I know about opera is that it's obviously the singer as the main soloist. Game looks really pretty. This is only the first song. I'm not gonna talk much in between them. I kind of just want to like move through them. I don't know how they're played though in the game. I don't know if they're right after each other or not. I'll talk a little bit after the fourth one. Damn. I'm guessing based on like the outfits and the music, is that 6's setting is like in the past, like way in the past. Okay, that was Overture. That was a lot for just the intro. Right into Oraya di Mizo Karatari. So let me know if I'm saying that right. And what that means, I could actually look that up. But let's go. First notes were Aerith theme. Oh, that's close. That's very close. I guess we know where we got that inspired from. Himself. A female singer with a voice pitched between soprano and contralto. I really like these like vocal synths that were of the time. Oh, is that supposed to be her singing? Whoever that is? It looks like she's singing. It seems like a whole big part of the game, like major plot point. Oh, character is what that last word is. I'm looking it up right now. A long accompanied song for a solo voice, typically one in an opera or oratorio. Okay, so song kind of translates to solo female piece. Something like that. What I'm getting from this is that it seems like a very big again, I just played FF7, but you know in FF7 they have like that pseudo play that they make. This kind of feels like an actual like scenario instead of like a performance. Yeah, but just based on these like chords, it sounds like a big deal. Very reminiscent, actually, of Aerith's theme. I'm aware that is the game after, but it's really cool that we more than likely got inspired from this song. to create flowers blooming in the church / Eretz theme. It's the same composer. This is gonna translate really well to the Distant Worlds version. It's like made for it. Clap, clap. FF6, huh? All right. Wedding waltz. I'm expecting a waltz sound. And then hyphen duel. That conductor is going crazy. See him? He's just like passionate. That's how you like to see the conductors. A very important job. So I guess the wedding happened here? Are these spoilers? I mean, it is in Japanese, so I don't know what's being said. That person looks cool. They got a little bandana. This game reminds me a lot of two games I played, and that's Crunch Sugar and Wild Arms. They have that. They all look very, very similar, and they all have the same sort of sound font, if that's the right word. They all look like an extension of each other, like a very specific era. What else is like that? I always think of those three. What else is like that? Oh. I'm guessing the songs play just like the way the footage is matched up to it, because it's sunk up with that like pause in the gameplay. Oh, there's the duel. Yeah, it's matching. The choke logo. Seems like FF6's soundtrack was very, very experimental and classical. A lot of it's very prog too, if they had more drums. It's a really cool back and forth. I really like that a lot, actually. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Yeah, that gives a sense of urgency. Oh, and just as I said that, I see the timer. Perfect. Nobuo is really good at those, like, hurry up type of soundtracks. Oh, and you're in a fight? Oh yeah. I can feel the tension already. That's sick. Yeah, he's got a gun. Maybe they're not in the past. That looked like a futuristic kind of gun. Are we on the rafters? This is epic. Damn, dude. What an epic scene. Is that an enemy? Oh yeah, it's timed perfectly. Okay. Oh, we're already here? Damn, that was quick. Grand finale. I guess we're part of. This is all like one big production, right? Like one. Oh, this is cool. Grand finale is the name of this one. Ah, yes. Okay. What's the conclusion of this? Spoilers. Seems like he fell, or that monster tripped him or something. Nice, the fight in the background, or the conductor in the background. Everyone just like, oh, I've seen that monster before. I guess it comes from 6. Boom, boom, boom. Is that a musical attack? There's a whole lot going on here. Yeah, it definitely has that like battle theme sound. Very rhythmic. I'm surprised I actually didn't hear. I don't think I did hear any Dancing Mad stuff. And the reason I say that is because since it's the last song, I figured Dancing Mad would use a lot of things that was used prior. So when I thought of a long song, I thought I would hear some. Maybe I did, I just didn't catch it. We won. Is he laughing or crying? That was a quick fight. Man, those cymbals. So rare that I get footage, you know? Knowing myself, if I didn't have footage, I definitely would have said that one sounded like a battle theme. Just because it sounded like one. I'll talk very briefly before I go into the main Distant Worlds one. Well, I can definitely see all of that working in the Distant Worlds one. But just really quick, through all of them, Overture was pretty crazy because there was like 3 or 4 different melodies in that. Like could have been their own songs, and that was just the intro. But I really like that it kind of prepped you for, I guess, the show or whatever was going to happen. The second one, the little solo piece, which seems like she's singing, very, very reminiscent of Aerith's theme from 7, which I'm now probably convinced that that's got inspired from the song. At first, it was just like the first 3 notes. I said it was like the do do do, but then like a lot of it sounded like it, and that was really cool. You know, I like this. This seemed like the really dramatic and emotional part of it. And Wedding, this was probably my favorite one because it was like 2 songs. It had the waltz, and then it went into like this really intense sort of chase sound, and then of course grand finale. Yeah, so the reason I said the whole Dancing Mad thing is because Dancing Mad was the first song I ever heard from FF6, so it was quite an introduction. Quite an introduction. Actually, that was my most requested song at the time when I started doing these. Also, in general, yeah, I've been doing this for a while, and that one was probably like in my top 5 of most requests, for a good reason. Even the Final Fantasy 14 one was a big deal. But I've heard that song so many times because I like it, and that's why I said I wonder if I'm gonna recognize any musical ideas from this one in that, because since it's the final song, then I figured it would use a lot, but I didn't catch any. Or maybe I just missed them. But anyways, this is Opera Maria and Draco from Distant Worlds 5. 13 minutes. I've been to a Distant Worlds, so I really... It sounds like that whole section was made for this, so... Here we go. Distant Worlds, Final Fantasy 6. You know what? I should have footage of the other that we used. Let's see if I can... Oh, oops. No, that's a huge no-no. I've never had that issue on this channel before. Let me start over. Damn, it took forever, but I finally got a pause in between. Sorry, everyone. I understand if you want to unsubscribe. All right, let's start over. I was trying to match the footage. It's too much technical work. Oh, well, I remember the footage anyways. It's the whole overture. I wonder if in the game you actually hear them that separated, or if they go right into each other immediately. I would have to guess there's like a little couple seconds of pause since they have their own title.
The war between the East and the West grows more violent by the day.
I'm guessing that's what was on the text.
Draco, a soldier from the West,
Draco
thinks of his love, Maria, back at home.
We're getting lore right now. We're getting those real spoilers now. I wonder why they decided to tell the story verbally. Someone let me know when Distant Worlds 5 was. Like, what year? Well, it is opera. You know who I bet knows about this song? Marco. I think we're still in the overture. Ooh, that real horn section. Getting goosebumps. The snare. That sounds good. The thing, what I don't understand about Distant Worlds stuff is was it an album of like recordings or like a live recording? It doesn't sound live, but maybe. Still the overture, I think. Yeah, it's the end of the overture. Yeah, because I remember it sounded like a bunch of different songs at once in one song. I bet you this song uses ideas from the game. Oh, that's great. That sounds so good.
The Western armies are defeated, and Maria's castle falls into the hands of the East.
There it is.
Forced to wed the Eastern Prince Waltz, Maria still thinks only of Draco
Maria.
as she gazes at the stars
Maria.
each night.
So did they add lyrics? Because it was just a vocal synth back then. I hope I don't break the video again. Oh no, there's lyrics. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, this is like a big deal in this game, I could tell. Humans are wild, aren't they? Like, we can just manipulate our vocal cords this way. Going from this to the wedding waltz is gonna sound so intense. It's really gorgeous though. Right here, it sounds like its own song. It doesn't sound like Aerith's theme. Nice. Wedding waltz. Into a duel. Two very different things. I love waltz. Such a cool rhythm. It's one of those small cymbals, right? Like this big. Or tambourine. No, I think it's one of those like handheld ones.
Mustering the last of their strength, a handful of survivors from the Western armies gather to lay siege to Castle Garou.
I wonder if that's Arnie Roth.
At the van leading the ill-fated charge is a lone hero, and though battered and scarred, he fights with the spirit of 1,000, felling one Eastern soldier after another.
That's such a sick change.
Yes, Draco has returned! Maria! Draco! I knew you would return to me, my love!
Insolent lord, knave of the western horde, you would address my queen to be Maria. Never shall you have Maria's hand. I would die before that day comes. Then we do.
Damn, this song is sick. Yeah, a little gallop in there. Running into the sunset now.
Oh, my dear
I just saw some information. It's been like 30 minutes straight of music and I'm not bored or anything.
For what seems an eternity, the bitter rivals exchange blows, neither yielding any ground. Until, that is, fate chooses to intervene, guiding the blade of a grievously wounded Draco straight through the heart of Prince Ross.
This day is yours, Draco. Curse you should you let Maria go. Peace then, for you have my word. With me she'll know nothing of grief.
Did they revisit this one?
I see in your eyes so gentle and wise, all doubts and fears erased. All the hours take no notice of what fate might have in store.
Damn, dude.
Our love from what day will never be too late. I'll wait
Should have mentioned that this is from the channel Draco. Well, we have a whole bunch to discuss here. Damn. Okay. Where do I begin? I think I know what I mostly want to speak about. But before I get to that, actually, I saw the description here of this video. I don't know how accurate this is, but it did answer one question that I had. I was like, what year is this? This is right here, Disc 1, Track 6, 2019. So, not too long ago. But right here, I don't know if this is, like, if they just wrote the description just for, like, YouTube or something, but, like, let me know. It says composers Nobuo, Soken, Sakimoto, Hamzu, and Mitsuda. Were they all part of this Distant Worlds, or, I mean, are those just, like, keywords thrown? So let me know about that, because I was under the impression it's just Nobuo's thing. Well, I briefly already talked about the 4 songs, but in the Distant Worlds version, which obviously was spectacular, it was like kind of how it was like meant to sound, quite literally. Like, I'm sure Nobuo would have loved to have the Distant Worlds version in the original games, but I think they didn't do the grand finale, like the battle song. I don't think I heard it. It seemed like they did the overture, Araya, and then the wedding, and then they kind of like looped back to the Araya solo, and then into like a different finale. Let me know if that's correct. Which is cool, you know, because the battle song does sound quite a little like I was wondering how they were gonna do it, like because it was leading up to this. Or it was sounding to be in this certain style, so I was wondering if they were gonna like just completely deviate into this fast thing. But it is cool that they all sound like their own thing. Yes, it works all together at once as we just heard, but they do kind of sound cool all on their own. Like I said, Overture is like 4 different songs at once, and a great way to like introduce something. And then the solo piece, which seems to be like the kind of the highlight, which I'm guessing is Maria. I still think Wedding Waltz is the coolest because it's like this, I don't know, it just has this energy to it, and plus it's like, you know, you're changing the waltz sounds. Usually the waltz kind of just stays in one spot because it's like a dancing rhythm. It's meant to just kind of stay there. So I liked how they did the speaking like in between, so you can get like an idea of what's going on. And I'm guessing that's Orny Roth, who's like the conductor. I'm just taking a guess. But I thought that was a nice touch to it. It was nice probably hearing sung lyrics for the first time. I'm guessing when people heard the Distant Worlds version, that was the first time they can like actually hear someone singing it. Because the originals just had, I believe, just, if I recall, just like the vocal like sound, but they didn't have like actual lyrics being sung. Because I don't think they could back then. And speaking of Distant Worlds, I've already, like I said, I've been to one, and it was pretty cool. But on a similar note, I'm going to be attending the Rebirth concert too, so I can't wait for that because yeah, that game is amazing. But the thing I really want to talk about here is, because this video is not long enough, is Nobuo Uematsu himself. Now, he's been obviously quite relevant for quite some time. And I noticed about a week or 2 ago, he said something and it got kind of put in like some news outlets. And I have it right here. He basically said, Final Fantasy music legend Nobuo Uematsu says he thinks movie soundtrack-like music in games is uninteresting and that game music cannot develop further if composers don't try something different. Now, that's funny because I've been saying that forever. And it's true. You know, a lot of current day video game stuff feels very, I don't want to say corporate, but you know, it's something along those lines. It's very cookie cutter. You know, there's nothing wrong with orchestral and all that kind of stuff, but a good way to put it is like movie-like soundtracks, where there's basically what I get from that. What I'm hearing is a lack of melodies, stuff that gets stuck in your head, all that. And I couldn't agree more, because melodies is what like sticks with you, not just like very ambient stuff. Like every time I've had a song on here, people that have watched a lot of my videos know probably where I'm going with this, but a lot of the times where I get like purely ambient orchestral songs here, of course it mixes in with having no context, but I don't get anything from it. I'm just like, that sounds good, you know, it doesn't sound bad. In order for something to sound bad, it's gotta like, you know, be out of key, out of time, something like that, and just kind of ugh. But there's bad, and then there's kind of like boring and just kind of stale, and then there's good, and then, you know, it keeps going. And I've always said that. I'm like, there's some things I just don't think I'm ever gonna remember ever again, which is fine. Especially if it serves the moment in the game. But this is coming from Nobuo Uematsu, who, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I had no idea who this person was like 2 years ago, and now they've become easily like in my top 5 favorite composers, but because of the way his brain works. Like what we just heard is, you know, right, like an operatic, is that a word? Like an opera-like composition, right? Classical style. And in the 2 years that I've known of this composer, I've heard opera, classical, surf with like chocobo stuff, flamenco, metal, prog, reggae. I'm sure there's like some blues, definitely some jazzy stuff. Like this is coming from this person. So who else, you know, to say something like that? And I couldn't agree more. You know, there's like a fear of trying. You know, here's a perfect example. I'm sure you've heard of a game called Undertale, or a person named Toby Fox. Look how many views those videos get, not just on my channel, but like their songs on YouTube. Millions, 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 millions. Or Risk of Rain from Chris Christodoulou. You know, all these songs that have like melodies and staying power and all these musical ideas have millions of views, because that's what people like. And those are like classics and will be considered classics. You know, millions is nothing to sneeze at. That's a lot of people. And that's why Nobuo Uematsu has had millions of ears on his musical ideas, because they're just all over the place, and it's just music. You know, it's music. Melodies, catchy stuff, things that serve the moment, and it's not just, oh, you know, there's a reason for the O and O's, but not always. And I couldn't agree more. So I'm glad that this video came up, because I really feel strongly about that. I retweeted it. I don't retweet anything, but I retweeted that because dude knows what he's talking about. You know, some people are qualified to talk about stuff. Many aren't. They just say things. And then some people are very, very qualified to talk about. This guy's been making music longer than I've been alive. My whole existence, me sprouting, all that, he's already been, you know what I mean? So, dude's a legend. Final Fantasy VI is a closing statement here. It's a very impressive. It's a game I've yet to play. I get requested to play it a lot. I've never said no. It's just, who knows one day. But it seems to be a very interesting oddball. Like, I can't tell if it's in the past or in the future. I mean, I'm guessing past because I see these castles and the music style. And then I know Kefka's like a big deal, and pure evil, and the music, of course. But and I know it's a lot of people's favorite game. So, but yeah, I do like that. It reminds me of like those games that I've talked about. I really like Wild Arms. I really like Chrono Trigger. It reminds me of that whole, like, you know, top-down view with that sound style. Anyways, I've been blabbing for 45 minutes. So thank you, Marco. And yeah, so that was the Square Enix music channel and Drakshara. Also, yeah, of course, the setting too. You know, I don't get footage all the time, but it was cool that the song I could see was like perfectly matching with what was going on. So that is Opera, Maria, and Draco from Final Fantasy VI. What a way to bring back these videos, because I've been MIA doing real life stuff and playing FF7 Rebirth, which is not real life stuff. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you to my requesters. Thank you to my Patreon members still supporting me. I cannot be here without them, truly. And thank you to my Platinum members. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the Auditorium. Peace.